What is happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving back into ARVON beer. It's been a minute, but they got a brand new drop that was just pushed into northern Michigan, and I'm thrilled to review it with you guys. I've got like 4 or 5 new ones, and I'll start with this one, which happens to be Fast Hands. And yes, it's a hazy IPA, although the other ones are not all hazy IPAs. They're doing different categories and styles, as we know. ARVON branching out lately. I appreciate that, but I always try to go back to the hazies just to try them with you guys and tell you, is it epic or not? Let's talk about this. So this was canned on December 11th. Super fresh. Today is the 19th, so that's awesome. That's really sweet coming down from GR, guys. So new label. Have not seen this one. Have never heard of it. And again, I don't think they've ever made it before. So Fast Hands, 7% hazy IPA, single hopped with Enigma. Yeah, so that's all there is to it. I'm not going to go into too much more detail. You can see it. You've heard it. Let's get into the liquid, see what it looks like in the glass. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to try to rip out a few reviews today because it's one of the last days I'm going to be free man. I'm not going to be free anymore. I'm getting a dog tomorrow. I'm going to be really busy, guys, so I'm going to try to knock out some reviews. It's going to be nearly impossible to review going forward. When I'm not working, I'll be watching a baby and watching a dog. I need this beer. I am excited, though. Such a dog lover. So as I poured it, guys, it was definitely on the lighter yellow end of the spectrum. It didn't seem as like deep or orange as some of the others, like the M43s of the world. You know, the Boss Tweeds, whatever you want to say from Old Nation. It looks a little bit lighter, a little bit more neon yellow. Look at that. You can see that in the ring light there. Sometimes a little deceiving, but big, pillowy head. I poured it very aggressively, but it's super dense. One of the more dense heads I've seen as of late. Might be hard to get a little aroma on it, but she is indeed hazy. There's nothing much more to be said. Again, not the orangiest, haziest beer I've ever seen, but it's certainly... Look at this. You're not seeing through this thing, guys. I've got that proper ARVON glassware, by the way. Yeah, let's get a nose on this. See if I can. What does that smell like? It's almost like a spicy grape. Such a... Wow, what is that? Like a tart, spicy wine. Like white wine. I don't mean this is a bad thing. It's like an earthy, spicy white wine. That's what's coming to mind. I don't know why that's coming to mind. A little bit of like sweet pine. Is that just like fresh cut like grass and currants? What is that? It smells like a garden, like some sort of like there's pots and plants and like berries and fruits. Like it smells like a freaking garden outside. It's such a bizarre smell. I don't know that I've ever smelled something like that. Like it's kind of fruity, kind of zesty, fruity, slightly tropical. That is so like yeasty, estery, currant tartness. That is so weird. Like acidity, tartness, earthy, spice, white wine. What is the meaning of this? I wish so bad that you could smell this. Like it's fruity, zesty, earthy, planty, piney, tropical, like weird all over the place. Just single hopped with Enigma? That is so weird. Again, tart, spicy, florally, planty, bright, citrus, tropical. So weird. But there's like berries in here too. This is such a weird smell. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just like taking me a minute. I don't know why. I shouldn't go this long into just the nose, but it's such a peculiar nose. I've told you all I can. That's what I'm getting. Seriously. So I'm gonna dive in. Fast Hands. Cheers, ARVON. Wow, that's such a peculiar nose. Cheers. Zesty, tart, passion fruit? Zesty, tart, passion fruit, white wine. Weird, like juicy, citrusy, tropical passion fruit. All these things that I've just told you are everything coming to mind, which is weird. Even like a tart flower kind of smell. I don't know why I'm going that direction, but that is what I'm getting today. Weird. Weird. I don't know if I like Enigma by itself. Okay, adjusting. This beer is so weird. Like, if anybody else tries this, please tell me what you thought of the initial smell, the initial sip. Like, I feel like it's a lot to absorb. It's a lot to break down. So, like, there is this, like, tart raspberry currant that meets a zesty citrus that meets a piney floral earthiness. And then there's, like, this zippy, slight passion fruit note that I get in this. Again, it's like a tart, bright, earthy yet zesty, spicy flavor. I don't know how I feel about that. Again, it's like all over the place at first, and then you get used to that mouthfeel a little bit. It's so different. I'm still going back to like this like slight zesty, passion fruity white wine note in here. Again, not so piney and bitter on the back end. This is quite juicy, but it does have nice drinkability, a nice roundness to it. It's I don't know. It's just got a weird flavor to it that I'm just not accustomed in Enigma. I don't remember the last time I had a single hopped Enigma beer, I suppose. It's gotten better the more I drink it, but I'm drinking it. But it was so strange to start. This is very juicy. I'm going to call it a zesty passion fruit, if that makes sense. General tropical fruit notes. Again, I think those notes collide with a white wine, almost kind of complex. And again, this like slightly earthy, zesty pine resin. It just fades into the other notes. And again, this is more juicy than it is bitter. Yet it is still dry on the back end. But then you get that like weird pop of like that little passion fruit thing, and then it's like a passion fruit currant. So there's this weird like zippy tartness, and again, it's still kind of flavors all over the board for me at first that are kind of now aligning together. But very interesting beer. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like truly love it. Nice mouthfeel, 7%. And I feel like this is getting better the more I drink it, but weirdness. Yeah, it tastes dank too. Like it's a zesty, dank white wine, and that's what's throwing it off for me. It's like it's dank, it's zesty, and it took so long for me to get that out. But I feel like I got some of those notes at first. It was a cluster, you know what, in my mind of what I was actually drinking. But this is a good beer. It needs a little bit more simplicity, in my opinion. I don't know why, just based off Enigma hops. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not like a huge fan. Maybe I like something else to complement Enigma. But I don't think this is like my favorite ARVON beer, but it's juicy, it's drinkable, and I feel like, again, well, now that I've talked, look at this lacing, and look at the way I'm drinking it. So is it bad at the end of the day? I don't think so. I think I actually like it more than when I initially started. Super juicy. Zesty passion fruit. Slightly danky white wine. A little bit of like berry currant. That all commingles into one pretty creamy, juicy mouthfeel. I'm going to put it there. I like it as I sipped it. Weirdness, but I like it. I oddly like this beer. But it's not something I would like go back for over and over and over again. With all that being said, how do I rate it? Rate it. Can't we talk? Rank it. Rate it. Whatever. Such a crazy taste. 4.09 out of 5. Like, I want to go lower, but then the more I drank this, I enjoyed it more, and then here we are down to here. So I was going to start with like a 3.75 at first, and here I am at a 4.09. So that's where I'm at, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I know that was a weird review. It was weird for me too. So Fast Hands Hazy IP. It might take you a minute to adjust to this one. It took me a long second. So guys, cheers, pros, yamas. Gonna pour a beer. Pour Michigan beer.